one, so that way others can treasure, this conversation as well. So you want to be the one that establishes the lens that you want others to view you. Don't be the one that falls into default by allowing others to create your brand and your image for you. Set that marker on the right foot by doing that yourself. And we had a gentleman come here, I believe it was earlier this year. I think his name was John Morris. John Morris did this same type of class, except it was 6 hours long. You don't need to sit in a 6-hour class to build your brand. You can do this in a matter of 30 minutes. So the big things that I took away from this are these kind of 4 quadrants, if you will. And we're going to deep dive into each of these. And I would love for us to take some time to really dial that in. Now that we are, and shame on me for not having my planner with me. I think we're like 9 to 10 weeks away from the end of the year. This is, we're in the Super Bowl right now. This is what we've been talking about in some of the groups that I've been in. We're in the Super Bowl right now. Fourth quarter is here, and we've got one timeout left. What are we doing to take our game and carrying it strong for the end of the quarter, or the end of the end of the quarter, for quarter 4, and then we start all over January 1.
Preparing for hit the ground running January 1, so that
some of us have signed up for my 2023 social media calendar. Shameless plug there. And if you want it, you can have it as well. That email went out this morning. And to say that is probably the biggest area of opportunity that I've had the pleasure of discussing this with people over the past year is I want to do more on social media, but I just run into the roadblock of I don't know what to post, or I'm overthinking it. Guilty as charged. I overthink things way too much. But I think as long as it fits within the quadrants, I think that makes for a good social media post, that makes for great marketing, and that makes for great branding ultimately. So the 4 quadrants are this. Your existence, and I think did I make a slide on it? I'm sure I did. Perfect, great. And existence, how do you exist out there in the world? What is your purpose, either as an individual, as a business, as a real estate agent? Consider all aspects. What is your identity? How are you showcasing your identity to the world? Is it through your lovely mug here? Or is it through a logo? Is it through the Keller Williams logo? Wendell's got his luxury polo on today. Is that your brand? Is that your image? Clearly it is. You put it on every single sign you do, right? That's for a reason. That's not on, by accident.
Keller Williams does it for a reason.
Precisely. And that's why we encourage your name, your logos to be bigger than ours. It's because you are your own brand. For some people, it takes a little while to understand that. And sometimes defaulting to colors of red and white is okay too. You don't have to have your own color scheme. I overthink that tremendously. And then connection. How are you connecting with people? And how are people connecting with you? And how are you fostering the community of connection through your media, if you will? So I'm going to start with quadrant 1, which is math terms. In the existence spot, I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And I want you to brainstorm about who you are, how long you've been around in the real estate industry, maybe what you bring to the table, what brought you to the real estate field, and what problem are you trying to solve? And if you already know that, then you're ahead of the pack. But I'm just going to set the timer for 10 minutes, and I'd love for you just to take some time to think about that here. Because all of this at the end of the day will help us compose a better brand and a better image of who we are. And rather than paying someone $300 who lives on Upwork.com or something like that, we have it all here. We really do. It's just a matter of asking ourselves the right questions to get it put on paper. Maybe if I find a playlist of thinking noises, that might help us too. And if we don't need all 10 minutes, we don't need all 10 minutes.
Hey, how are you? You gonna come join us?
Hey,
Come join us. We can find you around
I
here.
did not realize y'all were in here.
It's okay.
I didn't either.
We had scheduling snafu, so. I'm gonna grab some.
Hi, how are
Hi.
you? Good.
He's gonna get you a chair.
Yeah.
You know, buddy, yeah?
You Wendell,
Wendell.
Wendell,
Yeah.
Natalie, Munson.
Hey, Natalie.
How are you?
We talked.
Yeah.
She's a big lake person too. Oh.
Yeah. Got a bunch on the lake. And now it seems like everywhere. One day we're going live today in Pomeria,
Good for you.
beautiful. And then 2 weeks on the river.
Really brown, bro.
Tracy told me to talk to you.
I actually
I
did.
was taking message from Tracy, like, she told me to talk to you.
Yeah.
I can't remember the street. Laurel Crest.
Oh,
In that
yeah,
gated
yeah,
community.
yeah, that's nice.
It's a beautiful home.
Yeah, because that's close to the hospital and stuff.
It
too.
is. But right close to downtown, close to the hospital,
Right.
if you have. Any,
That one will go pretty quick.
I hope,
Do you know what it's gonna be priced at yet?
1.695.
How big, it sounds like a pretty big house.
It's huge.
Yeah. But still, that ought to go quick where it's at.
Sitting on an acre. River runs right behind it, the trails.
Yeah, that was with Brent Street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm the old woman who runs for it.
But
I ran a company downtown for years, we were talking train salespeople and. Decided my retirement would be to go to work.
Take a step back.
Well, I came to Keller Williams and brought my whole team with me. They're part of those downtown.
Oh, really?
The key group. was
Oh.
downtown. Yeah. I just wanted to sell. I just didn't want to. I got tired of managing people. I just wanted to sell some real estate and retire. I own an appraisal company.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, my husband and I have been doing this for 30+ years. So I don't know anything else.
Come take this chair, please. You're making me nervous.
That's good.
I feel like you need a.
I feel like I'm, standing up and, so I was giving my little bit of story so people knew.
Yeah,
Why it's
because you always have a great story.
the old woman in here? Laugh and say,
Did you say you have a listing coming up on the lake also?
I did. Oh, I've got, what are you looking for?
Well, it's kind of a pigeonhole.
That's okay.
She wants something that's 2,600 square feet or less.
In the shape, in the shaping.
In
The
Chapin?
Chapin.
I've got one right now that has a lake view. And it's right beside the marina in Timberlake.
I think I saw that one.
Could you go saw that one? for me? I just lowered the price on
You
this.
said the one, did you just?
Timber Trail or
I
something?
did.
Is it
Yes,
Timber Trail or something like
no,
that?
it's on Bauer.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one. 120, is it? I can't remember. I have them written down.
124.
Okay.
I'll give you my take on Chapin. but
And how old is that
Natalie
one?
does a lot of stuff.
Is that-
with Chapin.
What's the age
So
on the home?
She can tell
Less than 2 years.
Okay. 'cause
She's
that's
a great
another-
resource.
you, yeah, she can tell you more pricing up. I can tell you all about Lexington Gilbert's Salute of Prosperity,
Okay, that is not my territory
It's all right.
at all.
but Natalie can tell you, Chapin Bavaria for sure.
I like
In Irmo.
Natalie, you can talk.
I'm sorry, that has a deeded.
I'll give you-
No.
I'll take-
No.
I'll give you the good. and the bad.
No.
Timberlake, some of that area has deeded, some of it does not. Most of it does not, and you have to rent the space from the marina.
Okay,
Sorry.
sorry,
You're good.
we hijacked your.
I came in and I feel really bad because I
Why?
didn't know you were in here.
That's
We
okay.
didn't either.
I've been
They
waiting
ran-
and
they-
waiting.
They
and-
ran over. And I told Brianna to let people know if they were hanging out to come
Okay.
tell them we're
Yeah,
jumping
I
in
kept
here.
thinking, is he gonna end so
So,
we can start? And then
yeah.
I was like, I looked at my phone again, it was.
That's the interesting thing about law firms is there are no
Notorious.
shy people of talking. So, and that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
So what we did is our main goal today is to either launch or relaunch our social media pages with a more unified message. And we're talking about strategies about how to showcase our value to our sphere, our community, our area, and things like that. So as a recap, anyone want to jump in and do it, you're welcome to. We focus our thoughts on 4 quadrants about why we exist, how long we've been around in the industry, who are you as a person, what brought you to the field of real estate, what problem are you trying to solve, and things like that. That kind of falls in the existence bucket.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we are approximately
You come
less
in?
than 3 minutes. You
I
coming
kind of
in?
wanted to take it, but I was, hey,
Hey. I know, I said, she didn't see
is
me.
this the,
Mhm.
the
Social media.
Facebook thing? Okay.
Social media.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know
social
there's more
media.
than one.
thing.
I'm supposed to be answering the phone. Cat thing? Still,
Yeah, toolkit.
if I don't attend, because I
Yeah.
wanted to attend, I
Yeah.
kind of like double book.
Yeah,
everything.
it's okay.
So,
We,
Are they here or?
Are they finished in there?
they
Oh,
are,
yeah.
they're all cleared out.
Well-
Well, if he's,
Yeah.
We can move, take over.
would y'all mind?
I don't
Okay,
mind.
all right,
Everybody's out of there now already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they just pack it up.
okay, all right.
We can tell them to get out.
Emily, we're going on mute. We're migrating rooms.
Over there's time.
Good. Yeah, you're gonna have to reschedule to do this.
All right, Emily, I think we're back. Anyone need more time? No, still good? You sure can. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So would anyone like to share anything that they had written down on theirs? Okay.
I am a mom, I'm a grandma, I'm a veteran, I've been in business for a year. And I came to the real estate field because I wanted this flexible schedule, but the ability of growth without having to have at the, like, you can only make 50,000.
Of course.
Year job or whatever. And also because I really like helping other people, and my kind of whole self existence or personality or whatever is one of service. And so I love helping other people.
You're using all my keywords there. Helping, service, contribution, giving back, all of those things. My follow-up question too is, how would that look typically on a page, or what sort of things could you do to showcase that?
I recently volunteered at a golf tournament, and I posted that on my personal page.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's perfect.
so I like to do volunteer stuff. I volunteered in a lot of different aspects over my lifetime.
Yeah,
And I love doing that. I have a dog that's like, she was certified as a therapy dog, and I used to take her to nursing home.
I love that.
I just love that.
Yeah. I'm putting a star next to your name because I
Oh.
want to, I'm coming
Well,
back.
yeah.
You go gold star today. No, I do want to, I'm going to ask for follow-up questions to that.
Okay.
Because you brought up a lot of great points for that. I want to give some other people to share as well, if they would like to share. You're welcome to share.
I came into Facebook probably 5 years after people were coming into Facebook. I would say, I'm a veteran, Christian and adventurer, and I post things regarding those things a lot.
We are friends on Facebook.
We are.
I think you convey that message pretty clearly.
Yeah, and
I like the adventure part the most.
yeah, and I have, and I'm like Sherry, I like to help others solve problems. 1 in 4, and not many people know this, but 1 in 4 deals go south after signing a contract.
Why?
The devil is
It's
in
probably
detail.
loaded. Yeah, probably a
And-
loaded
and
question.
So I've got 27 years of legal and lending real estate experience, and so I use that to overcome a lot of the obstacles and pitfalls that people see in real estate right afterwards. And also to help them avoid those pitfalls. And it seems like the higher the dollar of the property, the more likely they are to fall apart for a lot of reasons. Because you also are dealing with personalities,
Of course,
big time
of course.
that have bought numerous homes or have bought and sold, and they think they know.
Experts.
Yep.
Yeah, they think they're the expert.
Well, I'm an expert in my opinion. I don't know if you knew that or not.
And then finally,
I'm always right.
in addition to being a helper of others, I like to, everything I do on Facebook, I like to leave someone encouraged or uplift or with a smile on their face.
That's perfect. Anyone else like to share?
I've been on Facebook since 2009 or so. Got onto it because my kids were back. Right on, I didn't get onto it once.
Were you like me, Bill? Did you get a number as to the, the top 100 or top 10 or top 10,000 people who first signed up with Facebook? No. I didn't get, I think I missed the cut. What?
I missed that.
That's right. So, I mean, you and I have seen numerous evolutions of Facebook. What do you think has been the most prevalent in your time of experience being on Facebook when it comes to real estate?
I never look at Facebook for real estate
Okay,
ever.
sure.
I just have.
Yeah.
My Facebook's been posting what I've been doing with family. But that's all Facebook. Stuff.
Gotcha.
Now I post some sales. you know,
Hmm. Yeah.
you know. I'm 58 years old. I don't know what TikTok or Instagram.
It's okay. I'm not on TikTok, full disclaimer. I'm not. Yeah, I'm really not. Yeah. See, I'm a huge fan of the phrase, you can teach old dogs new tricks, you know, so, Christine, I don't know if I told you, I mentioned this earlier, that my wife is a social media manager for a company that helped pass her board certification test. And like, she's on TikTok all day long. And I don't have the mental capacity to be on TikTok all day long.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. JT being one of them. I'm not in there. I'm telling you, it's, yeah. But you know what that's done now? That's created the impression in our head. You know, here's another thing. What do you use to write on a dry erase or I just gave it away. That's right. What do you use to cover a wound? Okay. What do you use to wipe snot off your face? Okay. Normally that one gets multiple answers. Sleeve being one of them. If I'm in my 6th grade classroom, sometimes it's Kleenex, sometimes it's tissue. But when I asked about the Band-Aid, covering your wounds, many of you said Band-Aid. Band-Aid is a brand. It's not a product. It would be an adhesive bandage or an adhesive covering, right? So those people have spent, God, can you think of the amount of money advertising wise that has been creating impressions in our mind and things like that? We have a platform that we can do it for free. They didn't have that, you know, prior to, trying to think, Bill, when did Facebook, 2006, something like that. So prior to that, it was all paid advertising dollars, right? So now we have a platform where we can do it for free, and our friends and our family members can follow us at no charge. It's pretty cool. So it's a really cool opportunity in a time we live in with stuff like this. So that's fantastic. So the next quadrant I want to spend some time with, and if we don't need 10 minutes, you can tell me, John, we really don't need this much time, but I'd love for you to think about your purpose. Think about your purpose in whatever context you'd like for it to be, either in the world of real estate, in the form of your business. Most people will center it around that and showcase that on Facebook, Instagram, all the social platforms. But what do you do and why do you do what you do? Get your scuba gear on because we're going deep. So I'm going to say, do we need 10 minutes? Do you want 7 minutes? We can start with 10 and see where we go from there. What do you do? And why do you do what you do? Sometimes I'll ask my wife these questions and she sometimes knows the answer. They're doing this same exact practice right now with their social media accounts. They have a very specific message. They're helping people pass the certification test. That's all they do. That's their number one goal. Real estate can be multifaceted, which I like. Could you have more than one purpose? Of course. No, John, I could only have one purpose in life. That's all I can have. Put me in a box. What do you do? Why do you do what you do? That's why I always share that first slide with a picture of Katie and I, because she's part of my purpose. She's why I do what I do. The pandemic forced me to do what I do because my job forced the hand for me that I didn't like the situation that I was in. So change the situation that you're in. So I got out of public education, defined my purpose, and I'm doing what I'd love to do every single day. Needless to say, if you don't love what you're doing, I think you're in the wrong field. But people spend 30 years in the same job and hate going to work every single day. And I said, that's not going to be me. And I think most of us in here feel the same way. If you go to the Christmas party this year, Justin, you'll get to meet my wife personally if you wish.
So.
She has a hard time keeping up with people's names anyway, so let's just throw her in with 160 plus people. And this is Justin, this is Wendell, and then there's going to be a, that's right, right. And there's going to be a pop quiz at the end, by the way. Right.
At the lake.
Yeah, we were at the lake.
I've
Yeah.
been.
Mhm. Yep, I forgot about that one.
I don't want to do it. It's just be so busy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like a lot of companies don't give you
That's right. Would anyone like more time? Going once, going twice. Sold. Would anyone like to share their purpose?
I'll share mine.
Yeah, come on, Christina.
Okay, so, my family is why I do what I do. My grandmother was, don't let me down on age, but I'm gonna say 70 when she lost her home and she had Alzheimer's. So at the time, family didn't know that she had Alzheimer's. She kind of kept the secret from us. By the time we found out, she was in foreclosure with her home.
Oh my
And-
gosh, wow.
Yeah, and she had her home for 40, 50 years, well, about 40, 45 years, something, a long time. And, I wasn't in real estate yet at the time,
Mhm.
so I didn't know she had options, so I
Right.
went the business to help others, to help people that kind of in the same situation. she
Sure.
was in, and I love helping the elderly. I volunteer with United Way, and, I get into a lot of different, programs, like one we're doing now is getting onesies for infants, so I don't know, I just like to help people, I like to volunteer, and I specifically want to work with foreclosure, short sales, and I want to kind of be, in that niche.
Nice. That's a big why, but it's tied to directly of something that had an impact on your life. Sometimes it can't. It's powerful.
Thank you.
I like that.
At some point, Christina, meet Cheryl Rapaldi on my team. She is a CDE certified compressed property specialist. In Florida, all she did practically was short sales and foreclosures. Very
That's
good.
what made me join the JT with the same. So I thought that.
Been in the ground for 10 years.
Were you really? I didn't know that. See, that's why I love coming here because I get to learn something about you all every day.
I'll hear, I tell the train almost all the people that are paying me that's new.
Really?
They're awesome. They train them.
Dusty Conine being one of them?
Adrian.
Yeah, okay.
His mother.
Yeah.
She wasn't even a foreclosure rep.
Wow. How about that?
Adrian for many years.
Unfortunately, in the next 2-3 years, foreclosures and short sale properties are gonna be the way to go. It's gonna
I've
happen.
already been reached out by 3 different friends
Have you really?
to get on their list. I would be interested. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta go and check, inspect these properties once a week, shoot pictures. You gotta know how to go repairs on them. You basically are managing the property,
Yeah.
and you gotta set people out on the street.
I took a class with, what is it with the Keller Williams? My mind went blank, but I took a class on short sale foreclosure.
I'm also a rep, so most of the people that come here find her, for some reason I'm thinking, well, I gotta figure out how to do what I was again. I haven't had any stuff on. And I mean, like, in the past 2 days, I think I got 20 something leads just on that.
Wow.
That's insane.
Things are certainly shifting around, aren't they?
They are very much shifting.
Mhm.
Put our boots on, because it's coming.
That's right. So I'd like to shift now, play on words there. I'd like to focus next on your identity. Those top 2 pieces can play in part with your identity. Some people like to add images, pictures, colors to connect you with your brand.
What if we don't have one?
Is it required?
No.
No, not necessarily.
Recommend.
It could be just this beautiful mugshot right here,
There you
you know?
go. Moneymaker.
It could be a logo, but
A logo.
a logo, sure. I know of plenty of people who have a brand but don't have a logo. There's a few agents in this office that don't have a logo. So it's not necessarily required. It helps connect the identity. So don't go spend $300 today saying that John said I need a logo, because you don't, it helps it, but you just don't, it's not an expense you need today. And I tell new agents that too. They want to, spend 6 hours on Canva creating a logo. That's not a best use of your time. Your identity is going to come the more that you focus on why you exist, what your purpose is, and how you connect with people. Ultimately, at the end of the day.
Would you recommend though, logo? People do tend to, like, I'm on the Downing.
Of course,
And you see the Downing road and the big ball head name.
right,
That's what people, they have in their head. Like when I do listing presentations,
right,
we advertise ball head name. We're the ones actually doing the work.
correct.
And he's not telling me.
To put it into perspective too, you're hitting the nail on the head there. To put it into perspective too, Natalie, how much money was spent on the bald-headed man getting out there?
Exactly. A lot.
Right.
I see him everywhere. I have a conversation
Oh,
about.
yeah. Absolutely. And so that's the thing though, is what if you have the desire to spend money, fine. What is going to be the best use of your advertising dollars? For some people, it could be a billboard. For some people, it could be paid advertisements ran through command on Facebook. It could be that as well. It could be farming. It could be door knocking. It could be so many different things to that. All in which connects it to the brand and the image. To your point, Natalie, if you want people to get connected with you, we have to put ourselves in the other person's shoes to say, how is it that I'm going to remember Natalie Monson? For me, I'm a very visual person. So it could be a logo. It could also be your headshot as well. I do very well with faces. Names I'm still working on. I have a strategy now. Public school has taught me that. So that's another aspect to consider as well. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no silver bullet. There's no one trick pony, nothing like that. There's so many different aspects that cultivate and accumulate to this particular field. And that's why sometimes you see a lot of quote unquote consultants can charge a shiny penny to say these same exact words, but you're the one that's doing all the work. So all they're doing is just, oh, $300 for a logo, please. And then that's it. Do they know your existence? Do they know why you're here? Do they know what your purpose is? Do they know your points of connection with people?
So if you're on a team,
Mhm.
can you still have your own logo?
That's a great question and conversation with your team,
Oh,
Yeah.
because I can't answer that.
okay.
There are so many nuances with that, Christina, that they can sometimes be written into team agreements. I have not read every single team agreement to mankind in both offices that I'm in. I don't have the time to do that,
Like,
of course.
Brenda's advertised with me because in the area, because, I mean, people know who I am in the area. So like ask about certain subdivisions, and I didn't want my face on it. I hate, I don't like marketing. But he'll have his and then he had mine. So we had two separate things on advertising. And normally, I wouldn't think you would, because you're promoting the team.
I wish you'd put your face more out there. I enjoy seeing it. I don't see you enough. That's the problem.
One of the things I do with my group, a team is 2 or fewer, a group is 2 or more, or 3 or more. So I expect that the RC Home Group logo be on everything that we advertise. However, I encourage our folks on our group to also have their own identity, because I want them to have individual brand recognition. I'm like Natalie, I don't want to put my face on billboard or anything, but I would like our name, our group name out there. Eventually I may have our team on a advertising like that, or our group on it. But I told our girls just last week that if they want to do individual signs with their individual pictures on there, I'm fine with that. But obviously they need to identify with yours home group and Keller Real Estate. Correct. Keller Realty. So, but I think there are a lot of people, Laurie and some others, Tammy, Nieto and others in the office that do a good job at branding themselves as well. And I would encourage that as a group leader, but you need to check what group you in.
JT then.
Yeah, and JT probably would want you to do that. He's gonna want the Livingston group out there, obviously, but he would probably want people to begin to identify with you.
It's a great conversation to have.
Yeah.
Tammy, did you hear that? You got a great compliment for your branding today.
Thank you,
Hey,
Brenda,
Tammy.
my friend. You're the best.
So,
They have done extremely well.
Yeah.
Laurie's done a good job.
Yes, Laurie does, she's an inspiration.
Tammy, can I ask you a question on that?
Sure.
How long have you been in business?
I'm going in my 7th year.
Did you always have a logo for all 7 years?
No, I didn't have a logo for the first 2 years, 2.5
Okay.
years. Yeah.
Okay.
And reason being was because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to, if I was going to join a team or really what I was going to do. So I started getting my feet wet, but I didn't have a logo, but I did have my name. And so I just used my name for the first 2 years. When I have a sign or a directional, my name is on it. My name and my phone number
Right.
are on it as big as possible because I want people to know my name.
That's right.
Now I
The
want people
point,
to know my logo and my name. Yeah.
of course, and the point we're making too, especially when I talk to new agents, is it doesn't have to be where you go and spend $600 for a logo day one that you're in the real estate field, you know. And some people's colors are just red and white because that's
Right.
Keller Williams colors, and that's okay to have too. You
And
know,
literally
there are some
Fiverr,
people.
Fiverr
It
is very
does.
expensive. Have you heard of Fiverr?
100%. Yes.
Fiverr is only like, it used to be $45 to get a logo. It's worth it.
That's right.
You know what you want.
Mhm.
For instance, my colors are red, white, and a dark, deep navy,
Mhm.
because that was also the Marine Corps.
That's right.
And so identifies a Marine veteran. And so,
Which also ties into part of your branding image. Yeah. All good stuff to have. The last piece I'd love for us to focus on next is the connection part. And this is, I got my scuba gear still on my back here, so I'm ready to go deep with this. I'd love for you to consider, how is it that you connect with people over social media? There's no right or wrong answer. It's just how do you do it? What's the easiest part for you? How do you expect you to interact with your page? How do you expect other people to interact with your page and your content? So since Justin and I are Instagram junkies and we know everything in and out of Instagram, okay, interactions have come a long way with social media. Now we can have these little boxes within pictures, like on stories, for example, where people can type answers in. People, for Halloween, we're posting pet pictures and, do a heart if you like this picture, give me a thumbs up if you're voting on this picture. Share the emoji with the heart eyes if you like this picture. Like, there's so many now different ways to interact with content.
The clip that gives you
That's-
the interaction on the comment section, which I'll share.
You hit it right there, Sherry, because, and that's the piece I want us to get at the end of the day, because when we have people interacting with our page and we're interacting with other people, at the end of the day, Facebook's algorithm looks at that and makes the connection digitally to say, wow, you two must be friends. Let me share more of your content on their page and on their feed, and let me share more of their content on your feed. So because of the connections that we can make through that, you can see more success, more, I'm looking at Sherry, you said it a second ago, you get more interactions from that. Some people have seen some great results from that. Whether it be just conversations around real estate that you may never have had with someone before. It could just be a phone call. I'm sure, Wendell, you can attest to this too. You just get that phone call out of the blue, like you mentioned earlier. You're sitting down there in Charleston, you get a phone call. Hey, I've just been following you, seeing the stuff you've done on Facebook. Figured I'd give you a call. Would love to talk real estate sometime. That's great. Let's go get coffee. Could be just as simple as that. There's so many different ways of doing that and having people interact with the content. What are some ways that you expect your followers to interact with you?
believe it or not, people that even know you fairly well may not know what you do.
Oh, yeah.
There might be some secret agents out there.
That's right. There's secret agents and then there And then guess what? Somebody who you thought were very close to you, friend wise, ends up going to use another real estate. agent.
Yep,
My niece did.
yep.
Because, because.
And the sting?
Yeah, they forgot, yeah, and it's not, I don't think it's malicious. I
No,
think it's
no,
just-
no malintent.
I think they just forget. Matt Carroll told a great story about one of his best buddies.
Yeah, yeah.
That ended up using somebody else to sell his home just cause he didn't really know what Matt did. He thought Matt was, investor of properties only. And, so yeah, you got to let people know.
I think also, I've had 2 referrals. I haven't been in business a year yet, but I had 2 referrals from people that are that are not from here.
Mhm.
But I think that is an untapped area
Yes.
that that more people don't know about, that we could use.
Your friends
today,
all over the country
all over the country,
need to know who you are and what you do.
and that you can help them
That's right.
get in touch with a professional agent in the area. Because some people just look on a sign and they're like, "Oh, that person looks good."
I was gonna say, give
Yeah,
yourselves a pat on the back. You're part of the largest referral network known to mankind in
Oh,
real
yeah.
estate. 180,000 plus strong. I think they changed the numbers down to like 195,000
I was
strong.
thinking 195.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best piece about it. You hit it right there, Sherry, because I've got friends internationally, and I'm sure you do too, because of your prior service. That's so huge, because maybe I've got a friend in New York that's looking to get that vacation home in Bermuda. We have an office in Bermuda. You have MLS access in Bermuda. I don't know if you knew that or not. If you go through command, you can view every single property that is on the market, both nationally and internationally, where we have an office. We're adding more every day. Yeah, we are. Oh yeah. Let's just say you wanted to go do some really cool investing in Vietnam. You can do that, because now you get to see what properties are available in those countries where we have an office. I can walk through that towards the end. I'd be happy to. You might want to take that up with your tax advisor, Tanya. I know enough about taxes to get me in trouble. So I'm probably not the best person to ask. Well, I don't see why not, I'm scoping out the field for investing opportunities, right? This was a exploratory trip for business. That sounds like a really great tax write-off to me. I might write that down. So you mean to say when I go to Charlotte this weekend, that might be the exploratory tax write-off I need? Get those miles in, baby. It's almost towards the end of the year. Where was I going with that? Oh, I needed to write down for Natalie that to showcase how to access the international MLS here.
You can make, I was gonna say, if you use social media well, you can make a good living with Keller doing nothing but real estate.
Yes, you can.
So
Yes, you can.
I've got 4 that I'm closing between last month, not last month. Yeah, 2 months ago, and this month, 4 came from Florida, Keller, and I've never met.
I think I've got some light bulbs touching each other here.
Mhm,
I can make passive income
mhm.
through my posts on social media.
Certainly can. I'll give you a prime example.
About that.
We just listed, that home in Saluda, 995,000. It came because an agent saw my social post. She's with another company, EXP, down in Charleston,
Mhm.
and she called recruiting me. She had been a former KW agent as well, but she has a great friend who was a former KW luxury agent out in Austin, Texas, who called this girl in Charleston and said, "Do you do Saluda, South Carolina?" She says, "No, but there's this guy up there I've been talking to, and he's a luxury agent, and I'm sure for that kind of property, he can do it." So she let the lady in Texas, who was also now an EXP agent, who calls me, and I get $1 million listing out of it.
That's how I got the Laurel Crest. They called just for a luxury agent,
See,
Yeah,
and they were shopping for a luxury agent.
yeah, and they can, and other agents can shop on Keller Williams on command.
Yep.
And they can filter. just
Specifically
luxury.
for luxury.
You can filter veteran, you can
Yep.
filter all kind of things. I've done that. Sherry did the same thing
Yep.
recently on one. But yeah, and I don't mind telling you all this, that 2 months ago, somebody that I had never even met, I referred to a KW agent in Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas. 6 months later, that KW agent calls me and says, by the way, we finally sold Mr. So-and-so's house. I kind of forgotten about even. Next thing I know, I'm getting a $4,200 mailbox money check from that.
Yeah.
So, but it all started as a result of social media and knowing people, people knowing what you're doing.
Cash in on that mailbox money.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I'm gonna add on a little bit to that too. With our communities piece within Keller Williams, we're adding more communities. It seems like every month, every year. So if you're not plugged into a community and you want to talk more about that, let us know, let Andrew know, and we can get you plugged in for all the rich training opportunities that come with that. Lots of cool stuff with KW military, KW luxury that are unique to those groups that help then amplify your business or amplify the different strategies that you could be using for your business. Some of it may tie in with social media. Thought to consider there. So lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff coming in the pipeline too that I'm not allowed to say. But there's some really cool.
You should have told us.
This, I think Natalie, when I took an assessment for the National Security Agency, I think that popped up to say, he may not be a good fit with us. Spilling the beans over here. We come from a line of government workers, so I get to hear all that every day. So I'm kind of glad I don't. So here's where we're at. I showcased the picture again that's on your little diagram here. I'd love to hear from you though. As a sixth grade teacher, I shunned on this, but I think I'm going to open up the door on this one. We seem to be responsible enough. Do you guys have a phone with you? Because I'd love to hear from you. This is all anonymous. So you don't have to tie your name in for it. I'd love for you to scan that QR code with your phone.
I just can't.
Oh, listen. Wendell, you know I taught that. I taught that for 5 years at the Apple Store.
Did you? Oh, I bet you did, yeah.
And where to find the power button on your phone too. I can help you with that too.
During the pandemic, my wife had to figure out how to do it for menus.
Katie looks at me every time we see this going down the aisle at Target and stuff like that, where people's phones are flashlights are just on for 20 minutes. She's like, you have to go talk to him. I said, no.
How come they extend?
How come it didn't stand?
There we go, got it.
I was just making sure it wasn't on my end there.
Yes.
That's okay. You can get up as close as you want to. What's up, Craig Peters? We've been going. So here's a question for you. Craig, you're welcome to chime in on this because I know you've been thinking about what's happening for 2023. The question here for everyone is, what are your goals with social media, either for this quarter or for next year? And I'd love for you to consider making it a SMART goal. Or if you're like Craig and I, part of the full focus community, we can be smarter goals. Smarter goal. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, attainable, time specific, and I forget the R, relevant. And it's totally anonymous. So if you don't feel comfortable putting your name, you don't have to. If you want to showcase who you are and what your goal is, you're welcome to. Zoom world, you're welcome to participate as well, if you wish. You could scan the QR code or go to that website with the specific number on the left-hand side of the shared screen there. You probably have seen it, Craig, on some of the national calls and stuff. Yeah, they have a chance where people embed this into the into KW Connect. This is no, this is just the free version for me. That's one of my buzzwords. Free, BOGO, discount, clearance. You got my full attention. That's right. Brand and promote myself on social media sites.
How do you do that?
You're in the right room.
I
What's
mean,
that?
I've never done it.
It's okay. It all starts from our conversation today. It starts with the 4 quadrants, showcasing why you exist to people, showcasing your purpose, how you connect with people, and who you are as a person. That all builds with your brand.
I've never.
It's just a word.
I'm a worker. I like, that's what I do. I'm good at it.
Ooh, that's to have one conversation a week that came from social media. I like that. Nice. Learn to gain organic awareness. I love that. That ties into specifically what we talked about a moment ago, where if people are interacting with your page and you're interacting with other people's profiles, that creates that organic awareness.
When you're doing that, you're spending a lot of time, and I'm not trying to be negative here, but I'm
Sure.
trying to, in my head, kind of come up, you know, I'm a planner.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have to know what I'm doing
totally get that.
every second of every day. I want to know, where am I going?
I can't wait to get like that.
Um,
Just spend 15 minutes with Natalie and that will kind of rub off on you.
No, like,
She makes me feel more motivated
Like
afterwards.
I'll write my schedule down and then that morning I get a phone call from the teacher. I gotta go pick up this child.
Mm.
Go here.
Yeah.
if the house is on fire, you can let me know when I'm finished doing what I'm doing. I will get out when I'm smelling smoke. Do not interrupt me. I mean, I don't care what it is.
My mom was notorious for asking us 3 questions. Are you sick? Are you throwing up? Are you bleeding? Nope. Okay, then you can stay there at school. We'll come pick you up at 2:30. See you then. Yeah, that's right.
They're like, people, you don't think this will come here. I'm like, okay.
My kids know, if I sit, if you.
That sounds good. I'll see you at 3 o'clock.
My husband, I don't care who you are, straight to voicemail,
Yeah,
go to voicemail. I'll get with you when I can get with you. They all know, don't care. This is what I'm doing, stay out of my way.
I'm trying to get.
And I don't care who you are or what you got going on. It is not as important as to me sitting in my bed.
I don't know if I can actively say this on, I
Get done if I, they're all.
But you know, and.
don't know if I can actively say this on Zoom.
and
You willing to do
My
it?
kids come, I have.
Might be
to
by
do my
internet.
Mhm. And
It's just not their turn.
it's not their turn.
I need to do that. I need to.
If you drop dead of a heart attack, there is an ambulance that will get you out there. I will meet you there later. There ain't nothing I can do. That sounds horrible, right?
No, it
Don't
doesn't.
look in my office, there's an hour left in my office, an hour left. I made my phone call. If you call me during those, I'm not answering.
So,
That's what I need to do. 'Cause I need.
That's what it is, Sherry. My internet connection is unstable.
so I am. I don't know, my thing, but I find that I'm going to be on social media. I do it regularly through the day, but if you can't do it regularly through the day, pick out a time where you can just kind of quiet, and that's what I do. In the house, when,
Like 11 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, you know?
But I make a point to be that, and that's usually when I post is late at night, or early in the day on the weekend. So that it gets the most views, because
That's right.
guess what, if you post late at night, most people are gonna go up first, what are they gonna do first thing when they go on social media?
Yeah, well.
First thing they wake up is sometimes pulling up Facebook. That's right.
What do? They wish everybody happy birthday.
That's right.
No.
Well, and so a lot of people go because they want to get a head start and start, so they're gonna see my post first thing, you know, unless they've got millions of friends, and they get to post to everybody. So, but you got to kind of plan that in your marketing strategy when it comes to social media, when to do it. And it's like, you use social media like friends, the more you're around your friends, the more likely they're gonna respond back to you.
That's right.
And so just by hitting a like on the post,
That's right.
one, the algorithm, I think, keeps you in front of them.
It's a known fact.
Yeah.
It is a known fact.
So, hit like, if it's a post that kind of resonates with you at all, hit like on it. And then they're gonna be a lot. I have very recently where I've been liking people's posts. Those same people are now a lot more likely to like my post
Yeah.
and to see and like it.
I do that on Instagram with like local companies that I followed, if I were over in Irma or whatever. I'll like their stuff and I'll try to comment on their stuff, and when I do that, then they like something and comment.
That's
back.
right.
So I
Mhm.
try to like, that's a cool deal or whatever, anything, I just try to do something so that they'll come back.
This is
Y'all
why,
promote your own social media page, or do you?
That's a very good question. I know what you're saying. And I'll be honest, I have been delinquent. I have my own Wendell Larson Realtor page. I rarely use it.
I got one too.
I know. So everything I do typically has been on my personal page. However, we're getting ready to launch an RC Home Group page. And I'm gonna recommend my teammates as well as myself, everything we post personally real estate related goes on the RC Home Group real estate related or real estate page.
Mhm.
And you'll be surprised, you'll get people that'll connect to your real estate page that may not connect to you first.
Except you have to connect with those people that you have as friends on Facebook. You can tell them about the page over
Yeah,
there, and
invite
invite them to the page, but.
can I add to that?
Yeah.
I'll let you finish your thought. I'm gonna add
I was
something to it.
just gonna say, nobody's gonna know that I'm on the team or to follow that page unless I'm saying in my own page, my personal
Mhm.
page, that now I'm on the RC Home Group, and, like, this is what we're doing, blah, 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 but also post over here. You can share it from there.
That,
You
Mhm.
have somebody, you paying somebody to manage your,
What I'm paying somebody is stupid cheap. Stupid cheap.
that's good, I'm good with stupid cheap, share.
She was the operations manager and media consultant for United Real Estate in Lexington. And she left there and is now freelance, and she's only taking me for people.
Like, I have a personal assistant on salary.
You need to have them doing all this for you, especially if they know how to do it.
I think they do, they know some of how to do it, probably not to the extent they do, but
I wish we had someone who knew a little bit more about that,
I know, right? Mhm.
who may have the resources to share with them.
Yeah, and what does something like that cost it? I mean, because I know right now, I guarantee you, I probably lost $100,000 last year.
I bet you-
I mean, in income in my
That's
pocket.
fair to say.
Until I knew that you did lake properties,
You didn't even know.
I didn't search,
Mhm.
and I certainly didn't search,
Yeah,
Friends group.
people did, it doesn't even put me like from Swiftbread, but at the same time, like, my husband is big. I mean, he's owned an appraisal company since 1993. We can go in any state we've ever been in.
That's right.
We get the screams, "Fine." I mean, I kid you not. We know everybody everywhere,
if you would spend a little time doing all
and
this,
I have never marked it.
if you would, now, I promise, you're gonna see this.
Well, I get, my niece, she was like, I'm like, what do you mean you just bought a house? Oh my God, y'all do that. That's all we do.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, I know.
I want to add on to the pages a little bit because I get this argument all the time. John, I've got, 10,000 followers on my personal Facebook page. Why in the world would I just ditch all that and go to a Facebook business page? You're not really ditching it because what you're trying to do is you're trying to generate more people to go to your page rather than your personal profile for a reason. One, when you run advertisements, they have to come from your Facebook business page. There's no workaround around that. So it would behoove you to get those personal people connected from your profile to your business page. Now, does that mean everyone's going to go follow your business page? No, it never equals that. What we can do, as Christina said, is we can share those posts from our business page to our personal page, because of the interactions and exchanges we have seen, the likelihood that they're going to see your content after you've had those continuous interactions has now increased tremendously. So the likelihood that they're going to see that content of real estate that you're sharing to your personal page is going to further reinforce with concrete that you are in the business of real estate, you have value, you exist for a reason, your purpose is very clear and defined, and you know exactly how people can communicate with you effectively. That's why I started with this first, because it ultimately ties us to where we are right now in this conversation for a reason.
So I get it, you posted it to the business page,
Mhm.
share it to your own page.
That's right.
Not worry so much about it.
That's right. And if your main goal for 2023 is to increase followers on your business page, that's awesome. There's a really cool way to do that. And I'm going to give 2 examples, and I might ask Tanya to be my assistant in this if she's willing to.
Facing my own fight.
No, you can if you want. That's fine. That's, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your spending money. Tanya got 2 situations to choose from. Your person, I'm sure you'd like to have things personalized for you, right? Okay. So I'm going to 2 situations for you, and I want you to pick which one is going to feel more like you're going to get connected with my business page. What's going to feel more from that? Is it going to be that I go to my Facebook business page and I just invite all 13,000 people of my followers to my business page? Or the other situation is, do I personally send you a direct message to you on Facebook, greeting you saying, hey, Tanya, hope you're having a great day so far. I don't know if you knew this or not, but I'm in the business of real estate, and I would love for you to come follow my page and come check out what we're doing here. And here's the link. Would love to, see how you're doing. Which one is going to be the likelihood that you're going to come and follow the business page? Why?
Because you took the time to seek me out.
Because I took the time to seek you out. At the end of the day, if we just take that little extra fraction of a second, and you can copy and paste the same message. I don't know if Tanya is going to know. She might, especially if she's got a lot of friends that are in real estate too, and be like, did you get that message from John? Here, look what it said. That sucker's using the same message. There might be some disgruntlement with that. Whatever, it's fine. She might forget it later. It's like, I would probably forget it later too. But at the same time, if you took an extra couple of seconds or minutes to compose and craft a really nice message to someone and say, hey, I value you, I appreciate you, come check out what we're doing on our Facebook business page. That resonates more with people than just doing the Facebook way of select all, invite, call it the day.
John, can I share this with you just so you all know?
Yeah,
Sherry's
course.
on my team today because her brother saw my Facebook post that I was looking for new teammates.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I keep adding all of these rich examples to this because I feel like this is
And he
why we're
called
having
Sherry
this.
because he knew she was not happy where she was at.
He sent me a text message and I didn't read all of it. At first, he was like, hey, take a look at this guy that goes to my church. I go to my church with him. He's blah, blah, blah. And it was a long one. And I was like, okay, he's successful in real estate. Okay. And I didn't read it,
Sure.
but I was wanting to leave where I was.
Mhm.
And then I expressed that again when I was with my brother and sister-in-law. And he was
Right.
like, did you ever get in contact with Wendell? And I was like, and he was like, did you read? the message? I was like, I didn't. So then I had to go back and look at it. And that's my own brother. I didn't even read the whole thing because it's like a longer.
My wife doesn't even read my own messages either. It's fine. Yeah, that's right. Right. Exactly.
I was like, we're at a point, like, honestly, I mean, I'm just being real.
Yeah.
honest, 'cause that's-
Can I ask you another question too? This is personal. You
Yeah.
feel free to decline if you wish. What was it that sealed the deal for you?
To go on Wendell's
Mhm.
team. Because I'm new, I just want someone that has the experience and that's gonna give me the opportunity to grow. when
Was,
I felt like I wasn't able to do that on my own.
sure,
I'm kind of, not a flounder. But I know.
I've seen
that-
floppy fish before.
But I know that I have it in me. I just
Yeah.
need that extra
That's right.
guidance.
That's
you
it.
know, as a new agent.
Thank you for sharing that, by the way, too. I want to ask another follow-up question too.
Sure.
Was any of what you had just said showcased on Wendell's social media account?
You mean his expertise and everything? Honestly, I didn't look that much into it. I took what my brother said.
That's all right, yeah.
And I went, and met with him. I mean, I met with him over the phone and then I met with him.
I'd be curious to ask your brother if
Well,
any
my
of that,
brother-
what,
Yeah, he knows Wendell. He
Oh,
likes-
okay,
he's
yeah.
like, he's a good guy. He's doing great things. That's
Yeah,
what he said.
okay.
That's what my brother said,
But
so-
her brother knew that because of all the stuff I post regularly.
Yeah,
I was hoping for that shameless plug right there, that just to,
no, for sure, because I don't even think you're in his Sunday school class, are you? You're not in the same Sunday school class.
And I have, so, but that, literally, that came directly from a post of where I said, hey, here we grow again.
that's
Yeah,
right.
each the
Yep.
Next year at that post.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we're growing. And so somebody that I didn't even have a clue that shared that post to his sister.
Mhm.
And then she texts me, I'm in Charleston again, she texts me. And I immediately text her back, so, and then called her and said, let's call. So
That's right.
you just never know where it's gonna come from.
Yeah.
When you do that,
No, you don't.
and that happens.
And you're doing well.
I'm doing okay.
Just getting started.
I've had,
She had
Three
mailbox
sales.
money already.
Yeah.
In the last, 2
last
weeks.
Friday, but I've had 3 actual sales and 2 referrals. And I just got a new client, so that went about me. Because she's,
We signed up $1 million client,
That's nice.
and
that I met at church.
I
See?
gave her, unfortunately, we couldn't get a contract, but I gave her a sale to, from a personal referral to me. That went, came to her, so, yeah, you just, like I say, you just never know. Can I share one bad story about?
Sure.
About social media though? When you have a big social media presence, you will get everybody and their brother wanting to sell you something real estate related. on
Mhm.
social media.
Yes.
I had made the mistake. I went to a company called or Focus. I told them I would give them 3 months at $300 a month. But that they promised they were going to get me in front of hundreds of thousands of people on Facebook and that they were going to promote me. And they did that, but what they did was the same ads that we all see on Facebook.
That's right.
And nobody, I got 0, that was almost $1,000 down the drain that I got 0 from.
You could have done yourself.
That I could have done myself.
That's right.
Right now.
That's right.
And so just be careful, because when you have that social media presence, everybody's gonna claim that they're gonna get you at the top of the SOI, that they're gonna get you all these leads, all these
That's
people
right.
coming to your website. and
Yep.
this, that. And all they want is your $300 a month or however long you're willing to pay it. And do, and not get a thing out of it. When you could have done it yourself.
That's why I ask, are you monitoring it yourself? Because.
Yeah.
you know, Sometimes we don't even have time.
So don't make the same mistake I made.
It's lessons learned.
It
So
is.
John, what would you recommend as for a new agent to start doing on their social media to kind of gain that?
That's a good question. I have strong opinions on this because I see it all the time. I see so many people do not advertise who they are on social media. And I think that bothers me a little bit because I want nothing but the best for people. I really do. And if that doesn't come across, then tell me I'm a liar and I need to go home. But I think there are so many people that want to say that they're a real estate agent, but do not showcase that ever on social media until something actually happens where they find that it is worthy to share it on social media. And I've got beef with that because I think that's a self-confidence issue. I think that's a self-image issue. And I think this is a safe enough company, a safe enough space to say that you are loved here, you are well respected here. And if you don't feel that you're worthy or not, I want to get you in front of Andrew.
It talks the same thing.
He's talked to sense to me some good times and he's my boss. So that's a big thing for people and they just don't do that. So we actually have sample posts inside of Command that help people publicize that they are a real estate agent. And it just takes 30 seconds to do. I just don't feel, I'm still trying to solve that enigma as to why people don't do that. And I get a lot of various answers. And from my year of research, it seems like sometimes it does boil down to a self-image problem, a self-worth problem. And that's okay. The problem, the thing that I want to tackle next is how do we overcome that? How do we move past that to then grow? I mean, we got people that are sharing, you know, other people's posts about real estate, and there's people that are showcasing posts about, you know, I see it all the time. Dave Ramsey stuff, Dave Ramsey videos. That's fine. That's great. But there are some other agents that are existing and new to the field that are not showcasing the value and perspective that they're bringing to the table as a real estate agent. And I just have a problem with that. Because how are you going to convey, I'll go back to the quadrants again. How are you showcasing your existence? How are you showcasing your identity and purpose and reason for being a real estate agent if you're not doing those things?
Yeah.
And that's not to call anyone out specifically. There's people that do it and people that don't do it, but I just have a big problem with it.
One of the things, Christina, I'm very strategic about my post. And I don't need to see, and realtors are notorious for it. I don't need to see what somebody ate last night. Okay, don't do anything for me. And you know, if that's some of y'all, I'm sorry, I don't mean to step on your toes, but
My
and I
big toe
also
hurts
don't need to
because
see the selfie queens or the he queen, the he selfie queens, he selfie queens, you know, that post every single day, sometimes 3, 4, 5 times a day. You get turned off by that. Just like, you know, you get to where even if you see something, even if they had something interesting, you're probably going to skip over it because you're tired of seeing them post all the time, every day. And so be strategic about what you post and when you post it. And like John said, let people know what you do, when you do, how you do, and how you do it better than anybody.
That's right.
So you kind of use like a content calendar to follow, or?
I typically try to post once or twice a week at the most. Sometimes I make it 2 weeks without posting. But I'm very strategic about what I post and when I post. And it's not always about real estate either. You know, I posted about going to Charleston. John saw it. It had marine related stuff, and
It's just because I like your page too much. That's really what it is.
You know, got over 100 likes on it. You know, so just be strategic about when and what you post and how often, and just make that part of your overall marketing plan.
That's right.
As far as like the algorithms go,
Mhm.
aren't you supposed to post at least once a day to like?
That does, Tanya, pull in part with the equation. You get more value out of it with the organic back and forth. You really do. Because if you're just posting just to post, it's not gonna come across anyone else's feed.
John,
Yes, Tammy.
I just want to say too, I don't really know who's in the room, but be authentic to yourself and be
Right.
yourself.
Yes.
Because all of us are different. I'm
Mhm.
not legal. I haven't been in the Marines, which I completely respect and with high regard. However, just be authentic to yourself because you are going to attract the people who like you.
Yeah.
And you are going to be able to help the people who you touch through your posts.
That's perfect,
So,
Tammy.
that's just
Thanks
quick.
for sharing that. Katie's strategy has been these 3 things: real, raw, and relatable. That sounds exactly what you're saying, Tammy.
I love Tammy's post.
Yeah.
She posts about vacations and weekend trips with her family and exciting, you know, going skydiving recently.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I mean, those kind of things, you know, resonated with me just to see her living life to the fullest and doing cool things apart from real estate, but not every day posting something every single day about about things that we all do every day.
That's right. I'm going to say again.
Don't
Yeah,
say
yeah,
like how
right, right. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that's-
Oh, yeah.
And
Now, I'm not gonna lie, I will post a really good looking meal if I make it.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong.
There's
with that
nothing wrong with
occasion,
that,
but
yeah.
not every stinking day or
every meal.
That's
or
right.
every meal or
Yeah.
whatever.
And some people do.
You know, and yeah, I love dogs, but I'm not gonna post a picture of my dog every day.
Arguably speaking, Wendell, dog pictures do get twice
They
as
do,
many
they do.
likes.
But people like animal lovers.
Right.
You know,
And if that's the way I want to drum up the engagement, then so be it.
yeah.
Make that a part of my strategy,
And
right?
then go market to the dog community.
That's
You know,
right. See? Yeah, well, I think we're onto something here.
Go volunteer at the dog shelter and then post something
That's right.
about.
This afternoon, dogs cooking, posting pictures of dogs cooking actually really gets fun. Really gets your dog to cook.
Or when they're dressed as Target dogs or anything like that, you know? Dogs in costumes, man, I'm telling you. Natalie, this is for you. I'm going to show you how we access the international MLS here really briefly, because I'm going inside of command. So if you go in here to command, on the left-hand side, we have what's called a listings button. It's the second one up from the bottom. If we click on that, that gives us access to everywhere there's a Keller Williams office. You get to see all of those different posts. So I haven't done this, so we're going to find out if this is really true or not. But from what I understand, you can just type in simply like, let's just type in Paris, France and see what pops up. I can't see.
It says,
There's ON for Ontario. So let's try this instead. Let's go to kw.com.
That was under my listings, should it have been under just listings?
This one came up as all lit. Oh, let's do the search. Let's do that.
I was gonna say, you can get, I think you could just do Paris and it'll pull, you don't have to put up France. Although it would pull up Paris, Georgia and other places.
So this is
too.
only, you can only do this in command, not on the actual monitor.
Correct.
Correct,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is just KW list.
Yeah.
KW agents, KW listings.
There's something right there. I don't know where this is. This is in France.
It is in France.
So you also can go to kw.com and you can go to the search and just start typing in. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought my eyes were good, but today's not a good day. Paris, France. There you go. That looks pretty cool. Is that a boathouse?
Could be.
I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Okay, well, I guess we're, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Yeah, bad HD.
Time to place an Amazon order today, I think.
There you go. That's what it is. It's bad cable. Now you come.
Here we go.
I didn't want you to see how cheap it is.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we have, I'm trying to think of how many countries we're in now. 60 to 80, probably. I don't know the exact number. I got to tally that up. My favorite one is always just looking at Bermuda because I like seeing just the island first off. And then I look at some of these, I'm like, man, I could turn this into a really cool bed and breakfast.
Yeah,
Um,
there you go.
You know, like, look at this tract of land. Yeah, I mean,
But guess what? If you got somebody that is looking to buy, you can refer them down to an agent.
that's right.
And then make 25% commission.
Great place to get connected with them, family reunion. There's been some international people now at family reunion. That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, anytime you go to those classes, whether it be family reunion or like, I went to Leverage last September in the Carolinas region, mainly up in Charlotte. There was probably 500 or more people there, just in the Carolinas region.
isn't that cool?
Bring plenty of business cards, get
Mhm.
meet them. One of the girls I was sitting beside at the table, she is a wonderful agent over in Raleigh, Wake Forest area. She's not a Keller Williams agent anymore, but she's friends with me on Facebook and she does a great job, social media presence.
I want to showcase to you too, if you're interested in using our platform to schedule those posts in advance, like Wendell said, at a specific time during the day, our platform can do that for you. What you need to do is come inside of settings here and connect your social media account. So I don't know if I mentioned this to you, if you were in the last few team meetings, I've been trying to make sure everyone knew about. We now offer Instagram posting through command. So you can post up to 4 pictures at one time through command on Instagram, which is pretty cool. So you come on over to your name from the drop down in the upper right-hand corner, click on settings, and the first thing that you see here is applications. Just go ahead and get that connected for post scheduling on Facebook and for Instagram. And then while you're at it, why don't you go ahead and connect your ads manager for Facebook as well, because that's going to give you the ability to run Facebook ads through command as well. Every time I ask people this, I don't feel like there's a lot of people here in South Carolina that are on Twitter. I don't think it's really much of a thing. And I think now that Elon bought it, I don't know if that's still going to be more of a thing or not, but you know, yeah, if that's your thing, by all means. It's big out west. You know, it's just, I don't think it's big in South Carolina here. So I want to walk through briefly just how to schedule a post on Facebook and Instagram directly through our platform. If you're interested in any of the cool different graphics that are free and available for you to use, they're inside of designs, that third icon from the bottom. It's a really cool opportunity to, you know, to get out there. What is, you know, free and available for you to use when you're highlighting a listing or something that is just sold, or really just highlighting you as a business. So I won't dive into that, but I will dive into campaigns here because that's where the post scheduling lives. So within campaigns, I'm going to click on the teal create campaign button in the upper right-hand corner. And then I'm prompted to find out what it is that I want to do once the internet stops becoming unstable. Someone made a joke yesterday and they said, so when's command going to work? And I said, oh, darn it, I forgot to plug command in this morning. Let me go ahead and do that and I'll fire it up for you. Time to get a new cord. There we go. Create campaign and then social post. And then from here, the first thing you're prompted with is what platforms you want to post it on. So you could click the drop down and also add your Instagram account. It's got to be a business Instagram page. That's going to be the most helpful piece there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got one. Oh, yeah. 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 You got one. Not necessarily. So it wouldn't hurt, Craig, just to come in and back into settings and add your credentials for your Instagram profile here. So you could add a little something like, I forget what we made yesterday. Oh yeah, we got plenty of them. We'll do like just sold for an example, and then you can add emojis if you want. Most people will go ahead and bring in designs. And this is what we did yesterday. We did we highlighted a listing that someone just sold downtown. So this is their little post here. I would type a little bit more than just sold. But if you're Justin Bonaparte, that's what he is. He's sold just in time. So we could do the shameless plug, by the way. There you go. That's right.
That's the title.
Just a little description right there at the top. Or if we're on Instagram there, and then right down there at the bottom, Craig, that's where it would show up too. Yeah. And thank God Tracy's here because she's going to keep me in check when it comes to compliance. We, of course, have to put our DVA logo on social media posts. Oh, we don't?
As long as it says Keller Williams.
Okay, gotcha. Just somewhere in there, it has to.
Right. A lot of times it'll say each office is independently owned and operated.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that kind of covers it.
Okay. So if you include that ownership statement in there
Yeah.
at the very bottom, that we're good. Okay, cool. That's good to know. See, this is why we got Tracy. Keeps us out of real estate jail. So you could go ahead and schedule the post in advance here. Craig, this is right up your alley here. You could just pick the date and time that works best for you. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is what I noticed here. The best days to post are Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings.
I believe that. That's when I get on.
See? Christina, I think you're a testament to that.
Or I do it at night that people are gonna see it that first thing that next morning.
So
It just goes.
put yourself in your tribe's shoes, right? So I'm going to use Rhonda as an example. Rhonda's got, she's a part of the healthcare industry, and those people have different shifts throughout the day, right? So it could be in your best interest to maybe post something late at night when they're on break or something like that. Could be in your best interest to post something in the wee hours of the morning, but you don't have to wake up at 3:30 like I do to go ahead and post on Facebook. You can just go post straight from here on command a few days in advance, and you're off to the races.
So how many can you post at schedule post at a time?
However you like. You could do it up for a year in advance. Which, by the way, if you don't have my 2023 social media calendar, let me know and I'll send it to you.
I don't have.
There are two other things I'll mention to you that have been successful for me too on social media is tag people with you. Like your home, if you're gonna post pictures of the home that you're listing, make sure you get their permission, but tag your homeowner
That's right.
in it. Because guess what? They got a whole nother circle of friends that one don't know they're moving or may not know. And that might love their house that won't buy. That's one thing. So tag them. The other thing that I hear, John can attest to this, live videos are the big thing right now. And I posted a live video 2 weeks ago. I had 306 views in less than a day. And all it was posting of a potential listing coming that I listed the next day.
Did you talk for your?
Yeah, and that's the. Yeah, and there, but you know, there's a woman in town that she does an excellent job with my videos.
I think I got another cord, Craig. I appreciate it.
I think that radio place though,
Here,
I mean, first you can tell who's doing themselves, and they're really good for.
Bye, Tanya. Great seeing you. Yeah.
live videos. Cool.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law, she's a model.
Yeah.
Take minutes. You can take her and let her talk for you.
You can record the video and then tape yourself talking.
Oh, no, David. If you put a camera on me, I freeze. Just not good.
Have her walk around with a cardboard cutout or something. Get a little crafty with it. There you go. Yeah, why not? I mean, hey, if that's your market, go for it. So I just wanted to highlight this for you too. We are coming a little close on time, about 4 minutes live. I would love to hear anything else that you have to add, any ahas that you have from today. Would love to hear anything that you got.
Did you record this? Because I tried to get on the Zoom calendar and it wouldn't
It-
connect to your.
I did record it. It wouldn't, I couldn't get on because they were doing the broadcast for David's class today. So if I got on, it would have cut off their broadcast. So I had to
Yeah, I
had to change the link there.
Zoom it too, so that's why.
Yep. No worries. Yeah. So it is a-okay. But and if you have some time, I would love to see how we did today and if this was up your alley. Or if you just need to tell Andrew that John needs a different job, that this is the form for you. So you can feel free to scan that QR code or go to bit.ly/feedback for KW. Note it doesn't say feedback for John because it doesn't go straight to me. It just gets sent to some repository. A data lake, I heard that term yesterday. Just a lake where all this information pools together. I didn't bring my swimming gear for that. So
But you have your fishing rod.
I do have my fishing rod. So if I need to go, pull some information out, I could do that.
made my night, John. You didn't even know. You can demonstrate for me.
I could. I don't know if some people's cameras might break, Tracy. There's not enough alcohol that can get me to. No, I'm just kidding. No, I wasn't even drinking. That's the problem. So anyways.
Thank you.
She's all about some Facebook.
What was that address you needed? Your routine press on?
Oh, I'll look at,
Okay.
Hey, John, do you have access to our MLS?
I do not personally. The only way I can access it is through command.
Okay. 'Cause the other question was about,
Was that good?
it was, and it would be something that you could teach people how to embed that onto their website.
Yes.
So if you want to play around with mine one day, it was good. It was only a 35-minute webinar, but it.
If you allow me, that would be amazing.
You like to show.
You know, I know of a guy. I know of a guy. I know of a guy. Well, thank y'all for coming. We appreciate it. Hopefully you took something out of it today. And I'm excited to follow up with you and see how social media is working for your goals.
It's great.
You should have. If not, I'll send it to you. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, no, no. I have written for it, but I.